Mm-mm-mm-mm. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday as the heavy hitters come live this evening, one day before Thanksgiving. As you already know, your host K Styles in the building. To the screen left beside me, you know him as Mad Mike Sports. He in the middle doing something right now. And right below me, we have the Don, aka El Grande, Cerro Verano. What's happening, man?
I have a question. If you're not making macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving, are you really even celebrating Thanksgiving?
Well, you asking the wrong person that because if you ain't making macaroni and cheese, I might cry. It's not like I said, you can't really have a Thanksgiving without macaroni and cheese.
Exactly. Now you can get away with the greens and maybe the dressing, and it's kind of hard for me to say that to come out my mouth. But you gotta have mac and cheese. You got to baked macaroni and cheese, not the stuff in the on top of the stove.
Is that not not the watery kind?
Exactly.
uh, but we'll finish that one up there as I introduce Jew Talk Sport, aka the ministers in the building.
Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on with you, man? How the family doing?
Oh man, everybody blessed, man. Getting ready to host everybody for Thanksgiving, so you know how that goes. Getting everything prepped. But as you mentioned, mac and cheese. Yeah, my wife made it make a mean baked mac and cheese, but she
See,
doing the whole thing: honey ham, baked mac and cheese. Yeah, man. So like you said, it ain't Thanksgiving without that mac and cheese. It hit
yeah,
different when you get the mac and
yeah,
cheese on board.
yeah. Like I said, if you ain't got, if somebody say, "Oh, we ain't doing mac and cheese," I like, yeah, you might well not even invite me at all. I'm gonna stay my black ass home. I ain't gonna tell you. Like I said, you you can't have it without the mac and cheese. So, all right, man. Like I said, right before we get started with the show, we got people that's in the chat right now. Let's go and show them some love. As we already know, man, we got Sil Legacy. We got Sonya in the building. We got Ski. And we got Mucho Grundy. Like I said, it's going to be a few more people popping up in here in a little bit. But we appreciate everybody that's be tuning in. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the Heavy Hitters live channel, you make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for all notifications as we close in on 1K. I repeat, we sit here and close up on 1K. Leo, you ain't missed anything, man. We just about to get started. John, what's happening? Jonta. See, I hope Don didn't see that one. Cause now, see, now we getting. I don't want to address that comment because I will get mad. But we finna get this show started the right way. Um,
Um, and I'm
Oh, he about to get his head bust. He really about to get his head bust for that.
yeah, I ain't, I'm gonna let him live tonight, man. That's your thing. That's your Thanksgiving. Look, we gonna have some macaroni and cheese at my house. I don't know about your house.
Exactly. What you go have some broccoli cheese casserole as a substitute?
Yep.
No substitute. Probably gonna have cornbread salad. All right. Bullshit. D. Colvin says his first year doing the turkey. Keep me in your prayers. Hey, like I said, just as long as you ain't doing like Don say earlier, just putting butter and 7 things of rosemary on there, you should be all right. Boy. He said, shit, let's get, you know what? See, he trolling now. So let's go ahead and get right into the damn show. As we already know, how do we feeling about this team after the butt whooping they put on the Saints last week? Are you still on the you gotta show it to me side of the game? Or are you on the so what side of the game, or are you on the what's the new thing they got going on right now? We can make this serious run mindset. So anybody, one of y'all want to kick that conversation off, we can.
What I'll say is this case, since I wasn't on the post game show with you guys Sunday, I like what I seen. Like we said, man, the Falcons just needed to win. They got the job done. So I'm not gonna say it was just the Saints because if they would have lost, we would have all killed them for losing. So they went down there, they handled their business. Devon Diablo proved that he's one of the X factors of this team because he came back with the club on his hand and he did what he did before he had the club on his hand. He was flying all around the field, making plays. The defense has been playing like a team possessed with 4 and 5 sacks every single week, consistent. You know, I talked about the trenches, the trenches, the trenches is what I preach since I started my channel. So I was proud of the game that they played on both sides of the ball as far as in the trenches. Now, can we clean some things up? Yes, the turnovers, the penalties and things of that nature, we can clean some of that up. But the Jets are not a good team as well. So this is going to be another game similar to the Saints. If you go out there and you handle your business, as far as the Jets have traded away pretty much all of their players. Sauce Gardner's gone. Quentin Williams is a Dallas Cowboy. There's no reason why you shouldn't go up to New York and dominate this team. But at the end of the day, we just got to go out there and get a win. I don't care how much they win by because this is not college. You don't play for, to impress the committee and things of that nature. Every week from now on is 1-0. That should be the mindset. And like you talked about, at the end of the day, when it comes to this team, we can see better than we can hear. They've been talking all year long. Raheem Morrison, we're gonna get things fixed. We got to find a way. All the stuff they've been saying, but at the end of the day, we just want to see results. All we want to see is this team go out there and be successful and win and put out the proper product. And last week, I talked about it before the game, even took place, that I knew that they were going to have to play physical football without Drake London and without the guys being healthy, as far as the passing game. And we seen them go out there with the 3 tight end sets. We seen them be physical, and we pretty much just out dominated the Saints in the trenches. So I expect them to go do the same thing against New York. Keep it simple, stupid. It's no reason to try to go out there and trick them. Go out there, hit them in the mouth with that running game. Allow your defensive line to dominate like they've done all season long. If you do those 2 things, you should come away with a victory against the Jets because they're not a good football team. They're a team that beats themselves. So as long as we don't play down to our competition, which we didn't do last week, we should be fine.
What you guys say about that, Mike? He's getting it ready, y'all.
Sound like he loading up a clip.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out what if I want to load up the clip or not, but I guess not.
You done let the AK spray on everybody damn near all week.
Yeah, and that's why I'm having a hard time right now. I'm having a hard time doing that, man. I want a second Jews emotion about just taking care of business, but I mean, we lost. We almost lost by a guy that name ain't spelled how it's pronounced. That's hard for me. That's hard. The only part that I don't say I don't agree with you, but the only thing that I really just take out of what he said is really just the defense. Like I don't have any problem with the defense, but just as a quarterback, I got a major problem with this team. It doesn't sit well with me at all. That right there is just like I can't pretend to like something that was just Kirk Cousins wasn't good. And I just got to give it to the offensive line. Like, if it wasn't for the offensive line, are we talking about a win? They did a dang good job of keeping that Saints defensive line. They got a good front seven. They backs four is just terrible, but they got a good front seven. They can get after the quarterback. That's how they've won. That's how they've been in most of their games when they're in game is their front seven. So, outside of that, like I'm tired of looking at Mr. The kick returner. I don't know what's wrong with that dude. Like it's like he act like something wrong with him. Like sometimes I'd be wondering if he's okay. Like he'll field he will literally field a punt at the absolute worst time. He'll try to run at the absolute worst time. It's so much about this team that just bothers me. But if there was anything to really take from this, it's just the defense, man. I like what I see from Diablo, obviously, but what I am most encouraged by is, man, we finally got some edge, man. And I'm not talking about edges like some bald head women. I'm talking about some edge rushers, okay? We finally got some edge. Good God Almighty. Jalen Walker and Jalen James Pierce, they look so good, man. You can just see that they are getting the right toolage. I was on James for a while for about not using his hands properly, but it seems like he's learning. But that and Jalen Walker just that boy is just a stud, man. He like you could just put him anywhere and he makes plays right, left, and that's the same with James. They rotate those guys right and left, and then I've seen a few times where Jalen Walker was in the middle of the field and he edged, and he rushed, came off some stunts, blitz. So they're doing a good thing with our edge rushers. So that's what I like. That's what I like about what I was saying. But I don't want to talk about the offense. I don't.
Well, like my thing is pretty much you take care of the business that you're supposed to take care of. Like you said, that's the main thing everybody wanted to see. Like you said, man, regardless on whether it was a very explosive night offensively and or defensively. Like you said, man, you just had to take care of your business. Like you said, the Saints had a multitude of opportunities to stay within the game, and they didn't take advantage of it, but you took advantage of it. Like you said, my thing now is they have to put it in back-to-back games because I think the last time we put it together in back-to-back games was Buffalo and Washington, and that seemed like that was about damn near 2 months ago.
Right.
And that's kind of where Drew was alluded to is, okay, yeah, we see it. You took you can you do it again? Can we put the same effort on the field a following week?
I'm hard to please. I'm hard to please when it comes down to wins. So like you got to put multiple games together for me. So I Yeah.
Right. But what you got on that,
Well, man, like you said, man, just win by any means, man. At this point, like I get it. You know, I still want Raheem gone and Zach Robinson. However, you know, like these guys, this team, man, especially we got a good core of players who's going to be here, and then and we got to get rid of this losing culture, man. Like about culture all the time. The culture for this team is just losing. We lose, and how the way we lose, it just be in the most dumbest form. So going up against New York, man, like they're not a good team at all, at all. Like we got beat by the Patriots, we got beat by Miami, and we won against Buffalo, which again was a great game. That was one of our best games this season. We can't afford to keep losing, man. Like we got to win this. We got to win the games that are easy for that should be easy for us, and try to, hopefully we can get some help from the division to make the playoffs. As a fan, I try to stay optimistic about things, and I know it's been a few weeks since I even gave out any keys or any like suggestions about the upcoming matchup. But the Falcons, if the front office, the coaching staff, players, if they really serious about moving in the right direction, man, we gotta have another statement win against the Jets.
Mm,
So,
mm.
and no, again, I repeat, I'm not on Raheem Morris' side. At the end of the day, I'm still a Falcons fan through and through. So
Yeah, so pretty much what the reality comes down to is we got to know it's the consistency problems that's been plaguing this team all year. Um, and like you said, they're at a point in time right now, and I've been saying it all day. I've been saying it for the last couple weeks. They're at a point right now where they don't have a choice.
Uh-uh.
You got to win or you go home. You win, you still alive.
Uh-huh.
You lose, you pretty much out of it. And like you say, it's unfortunately being at this part of the season where you literally have to have a mentality of you win or you go home. And we not even in the final stretches of the schedule yet. We getting there, but yeah, we really hasn't hit the final stretches of the schedule.
Uh-uh.
And like you said, that's what happens when you don't take care of your own business as a team, as a coaching staff, in general. But like I said, I think everybody's kind of on the same page about how they feel about it. Like you said, you get the dub, you do what you need to do, you dominate how we know you can. Now you just got to put it together for a following week. So since Don kind of alluded to it, man. So how do y'all feel about the Jets right now?
The
They're
who?
very bad. They're very, very bad. If y'all thought the Saints were bad, very bad. When you passing for less than 100 yards with Justin Fields, who just got benched. Yeah, yeah. I said we don't win this game. That is gonna say everything we need to know. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm glad y'all laughing because it's hilarious. Like if we struggle with the Jet or they beat us, I don't even care about struggle. If they beat us, that's gonna say everything we need to know about this coaching staff and about our team. I'm just being honest. At this point, we smelt the coffee. You know what I'm saying? I want to make
Mm-hmm.
it clear. I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid or Raheem Morris. When Mike say I'm hard to please Oh, I'm hard to please as well. But when they get a little bit of credit for getting the win, but I'm still not like jumped all the way back on board. Like, okay, they did something. They showed me. No, the football is about consistency. I said the same thing about Bryce Young. He threw for almost 500 yards against us. What happened to that on Monday night when they went up against the 49ers? Everybody was, oh, he just a revelation. He got the revelation. He back. He the man. I said, we've seen this with Bryce Young. He did that against us the last game of last year. It's just something about us that he just got the Falcons number. But I don't think that Bryce Young is a good quarterback or a consistent quarterback. The NFL is about consistency. So that's the biggest issue. It's just we got to be more consistent. Like that's the period. What made Matt Ryan great was he was consistent. You know what I'm saying? So the Jets is the same thing. They inconsistent. The Jets have won a couple games and they've been in a lot of games, but Justin Fields is inconsistent with his accuracy. Their team just as a whole is inconsistent. You know, Aaron Glenn is a first year head coach. So, you know, a lot of their things that they're in full rebuild mode. Like I said, they got rid of everybody. Sauce Gardner's gone. Quentin Williams is gone. So they really don't have many game changers on their team. So that's why I said this should be a game where the Falcons go in and dominate because we got game changers on our team. Even without Drake London, to me, at this point, the Saints might have a better defense than the Jets because the Jets offloaded all of their players. So, like I said, man, they basically are the replacements. They playing with a bunch of backup guys. They really don't have nobody that you like, okay, we're going to circle this guy. We got to stop this guy. If Quentin Williams was still there and Sauce Gardner was there, you could kind of say, like, okay, going to this game, even though they got a bad record, they still got some, you know, playmakers that can disrupt this game. I don't know who you point at on their team and say, worry about this person, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They don't really have one guy that you like, we worried about this guy wrecking the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said you can keep this game plan as bland as it was last week. Just do the fundamental stuff and you should beat this team. Because they just a bad team. Like their record is what they are. They bad. And that's no disrespect to the Jets fans. We got some Jets fans in the chat. No disrespect to you guys, but y'all one of the worst teams in the league. So the Falcons have no reason to lose this game. Win by any means necessary.
Yeah, just the fact that you have to have, well, that we have to have a radicalized mindset of any means necessary, lets you know lets you know where the mindset of where the Falcons should be, and unfortunately, how they've been fell below the expectations. But go ahead, Mike.
Oh, I was gonna say something. Go ahead.
Oh,
You ain't about to serve me no damn steak that just came out the trash can. I refuse to eat that. I'm not gonna fall for that again. Okay.
Go ahead, Don.
I'll just let me just say this here, okay? All right, with the Jets, they are a horrible team. Aaron Glenn just got there, and he's ready. He ended up getting fired after this season. Unfortunately, however, like we're in the position that we got to win games that are winnable. I'm thinking the Jets looking at this Falcons team looking like, hey, this should be a winnable game. So again, like we gotta really put things in perspective. Because like I said, again, we can win this game, but I don't think they're gonna lay down and win. We gotta go out there. We gotta put our foots on their necks and keep it there. So in the entire 60 minutes. Not the last 15 minutes of the game.
All right, go ahead, Mike. You go. You go follow that up.
I just think we got enough defensively. I just don't want to talk about offense because every time I talk about offense, I just go insane. So I just don't want to talk about offense at all. And I'm not going to talk about the offense, and then y'all can't make me. I just think defensively, I just don't like unless Tyrod Taylor had one of them games where he ended up. What was the quarterback for the Panthers? When that son of a gun just decided he wanted to be uh,
Oh,
Tom Brady.
oh, what was that dude
I
name?
forgot that quarterback name, but
that was
Oh, you talking about the
2021.
backup dude? Oh, you talking about the
yeah, the
backup
backup
technical
dude, yeah,
the African American quarterback? I'm trying to think his name. He played in
yeah,
like the
I forgot
CFL
it.
or something like that. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He about to make me go look it up. I forget his name.
Yeah, yeah, but he had one of those games where it's just like it came out of nowhere. I mean, he can. PJ Walker, I
Okay.
believe his name.
Yeah,
Is
yes,
it
yes.
PJ Walker?
Southside said PJ Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was one of those games. I mean, it's always the case where a quarterback that just doesn't have a lot of scout. You don't really. I mean, I'm not saying that people don't, but man, who worried about some damn Tyrod Taylor? Nobody. Nobody's worried about that. But that's what I'm afraid of when it comes down to defense because they've already shown me that they can't be trusted without linebackers outside of Diablo. Like I don't want Caton nowhere near coverage. He needs to play stationary. He does not need to be moving around. We don't need to move him around. He needs to be around the edge. He needs to be attacking the line. That's where he needs to be. Um, I love what I've been seeing from D. Alford and Watts. Is just I don't know about. I don't know. He kind of remind me of a Eugene Robinson, if you will. He's very intelligent, not gonna get you a bunch of turnovers, but he just always in the right spot at the right time. And he's very um he's very intelligent for a young safety. I don't think people realize how good it is for him not to be for him to be so I mean, you sit doing games, you don't see them taking advantage of him. That's very impressive for a young safety, especially a young safety. So I just I don't see unless they have one of them games where they just um run the ball extremely well. We can't stop the run. I just don't see how the Jets can beat.
Mm.
I can't believe I don't like. I'm not gonna talk about the offense, y'all. Like this is the first time that I'm not. I am taking. I am boycotting taking off talking offense for today. I'm not doing no more.
And I guess probably the reason why it's saying that too is because we don't know what the hell offense we gonna get.
Like I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all.
Yeah, so you said Zach Robinson, Zach Robinson's Forrest Gump. His off,
Never know what you're going to get.
Might be more bubble gum. Might be more bubble than Forrest.
God damn it, Dump! You gotta be the dumbest son of a bitch in the. That's him.
But yeah, like it's understandable. Like you said, you try to figure out oh, is we gonna have the same intensity offensively against the Jets that we had against the Saints? And like you said, it is, and that adds to the second question: is this what was that a sign of things to come, or was that a blip? Was that the twinkle of a twinkle of a dying flame? Because we, like you said, because that's really what we want to see. Jude said it first. Consistency.
I mean, we weren't good offensively. That's the thing. We weren't good. We were 3-12 on third down. That's terrible.
Right.
And we're ready. People ready to extend Kirk Cousins after the offense was 3-12 on third. That's not good, y'all.
Right. Right. So, like I said, I would like to see a little bit more of the run game. A little bit more. I would like. I'm gonna take that back. I want to see a little bit more. I want them to get more into those third and short situations, so you can utilize the run game in those third and short situations to get that third down percentage up.
Yeah.
Um, I still think on certain third downs, we still trying to be a little too pass happy in certain situations. Um, but like you said, it was just refreshing to kind of see them use both of the running backs in the same game instead of dominantly using one and you're sprinkling in the other. That's just my biggest question on it is, are we going to bring the same intensity from the Saints game to this Jets game? Because we know when we play in the Saints, we try to embarrass them, so we try to bring our A game. Don't take this week off. I'm just saying it right now. Do not take this week off. Take this week seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing you do not want to have is you do what you do against New Orleans, and then you lay an egg against the Jets, and then we're gonna be right. Then we're gonna be right back on. You're gonna be right back on the train of everybody need to be fired.
You can't lose this game. There's no way you can lose this game.
And Drew could kind of attest with me on this one. You at a point right now where you cannot rely on the rest of the division to keep falling.
Nope, you got to handle your business. We keep saying that over and over again. You got to handle your business. Like we can't rely on them. Like they already nobody want to win this division. I think the Bucks have dropped three in a row. Baker Mayfield hurt. The Panthers are the Falcons North. They can't get right. They inconsistent 1 week. So it's just like nobody really wants this division. So we got an opportunity to take it. We just got to take it one game at a time. And like you said, just don't take the Jets for granted. Like good teams, what I don't like about this Falcons team, Mike, you said I want to talk about offense. This whole Falcons team just bothered me because with the inconsistencies, we don't know what we're going to get week in and week out, even on the defense. Like, how many times did I say when we played against the Buffalo Bills, we should face, when we play any quarterback, this should be our standard. If we're aggressive, we're aggressive. Don't matter who you play. We need to look at this game against Tyrod Taylor as if we're going into the game against Josh Allen. You can't come in with a mentality of, well, we're gonna play down again to our opponent. Well, this is Tyrod Taylor. This is an NFL team. They can beat you. Even though we saying we can't see a way, how many times have we been saying all year, I didn't see a way that the Panthers was gonna sweep us, but it happened. You see what I'm saying? So they better wake up in that locker room and realize any team can beat you on this schedule if you don't play, like you said, bring your A game. Like you said, K Styles, if you don't have no identity, if you don't have no blueprint, if you don't have, no pride, and you just assume that we're gonna roll our helmets out there in New York, gonna lay down, that's not gonna happen. They're playing for their jobs as well. They're playing for the name on the back of their jersey as well. They're playing for their jobs. So at the end of the day, they don't want the Falcons to come into their building and embarrass them. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got to keep that same mindset. Every single game, the mindset has to be, like you said, win or go home. But that should have been the mindset. Like it shouldn't be now because our backs are against the wall. Like you say, K-Style, good teams, when the expectations are there, that doesn't scare good teams. Good teams expect to win. Do you think the Chiefs going into tomorrow's game against the Cowboys, anytime the Chiefs roll them helmets out, they expect to win? They're going, you know what the product you're going to get when you watch a Patrick Mahomes, when you're watching Andy Reid call plays. I never go into a game and say, what is Andy Reid doing? You see what I'm saying? That's never happened when I watch him coach. So that's my biggest problem is just we don't know what team we're going to get in general. Offense, defense, special teams, because we've had games where all three phases or four phases, including the coaches, have let us down. So I really feel like that's our biggest apprehension of going into every game. Is like, what Falcons team is going to show up. That's an identity issue. If that's what we have to say after every single game, man, what team is going to show up on Sunday? We don't really know. You know what I'm saying? We know we got talent, but talent, as they say, you can't just win on paper. You got to go out there and go between them lines. And when when the other team, like I said, they're gonna be ready. Just because they got a bunch of backups. I've seen teams go out there with a bunch of backups and dominate. You know what I'm saying? It's a mindset. The 49ers are playing with a bunch of with a bunch of backups. But I couldn't tell when I was watching them play against Carolina because they have a certain standard that they play up to. And I really feel like it goes back to what Don said, and I'll be quiet. It's a culture thing. It goes back to the culture. They have a winning culture with the 49ers and Robert Saleh. He has a way that he goes about his business. You see what I'm saying? No matter who's lining up for that burgundy and gold, they have a certain standard. And that's what the Falcons have to get to. We got to get to a standard of this is Falcons football. And I really feel like we haven't gotten there yet. So until we get to that point where we built that culture that we expect to win, we're gonna be entering every game saying what Falcons team is gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
And I'm gonna add to that. Like Cam Newton said this earlier this week. He said the Falcons, like I said, we're very inconsistent. We're the most inconsistent. He said this is the most inconsistent team he has seen. Like we win games that we didn't have no business winning. Then we lose games against teams that we ain't had no business losing against. Like he also said that this team has no business being third in this division. Now he gave of course he's gonna give props to his Carolina Panthers because of course he played for them or whatever. But he said that he had the Falcons at 1 in this division before the season started. I don't know if y'all seen Cam Newton's podcast and stuff, right?
Yeah, 4th and 1. Yeah.
Yeah, but he said these things, and I'm like, again, man, like we gotta, if we can just be consistent and just show the true identity of this team and use the best players, put these players, the Bijan Robinsons, the Caden Ellis, the rookies that we just drafted, Jalen Walker and James Pierce, like these guys are showing up and showing out every game now. Drake London, he's dealing with an injury right now, but put these guys in positions to make plays. These are your playmakers. You paying them all this money or you drafted them real high for a reason. Like use them.
Exactly.
And even when I watched the game, this past Sunday with the Saints, even the comments, everybody knows that the Falcons are inconsistent. That is a problem. We've been saying that this team been inconsistent for years on our shows. Well, no matter what show platform or whatever, we've been saying that this team has been inconsistent for years. We got to fix that, man.
Good team, like you said, good teams don't run from expectations. Good teams embrace who they are. Good teams know that we not gonna counterpunch. We gonna come out and make you play our game. And
Before you move on, K Styles, what you just said, good teams are gonna make you play our game, but the Falcons gotta learn what our game is. You see what I'm saying?
there
We got
you
the
go.
identity issue where if you don't know what our game is, well, guess what? Every week we playing Simon Says. We trying to figure out where's Waldo. No, you gotta have an identity of what you. That's what I'm saying. When we say we like a box of chocolates, you don't know what you gonna get. We don't know we gonna come out passing, running. We don't know what the heck this team gonna do.
We
So
don't
that's
know
the
if
problem.
Bijan gonna touch the ball or Drake gonna receive 20 targets in the first half. We have no clue.
Like I said, I'm gonna make a Pokemon reference here. The Falcons right now ain't nothing but a red and black ditto.
Nah,
Wow.
we one of them. Who's that Pokemon? We the great Pokemon. K-Styles when they who's that Pokemon when they introduce a new character? That's who we are.
Yeah.
We don't even know.
Who's that? Who's those Falcons? That's the name of the Pokemon. Yeah. We had one. We ain't nothing but a red and black ditto. Like good googly moogly. What the hell we gonna be? Like you said, 1 week we power run team. The next week we throwing the ball 40 times. The following week we running the ball 20 times. The next week, like I said, we gonna throw the ball 52 times. Not y'all calling right here more as a side duck. Oh Lord have mercy. Cider.
Damn.
Yeah. About that. Yeah, the
Not
inconsistencies is giving me
Stardust.
a
Damn.
headache. Well, the inconsistencies is giving me a damn headache too. All right, so as far as this game going on, like I said, what are the players that we're looking at on both teams that we need to be paying attention to?
Bro, I don't even know if anybody even watched a single Jet game. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I couldn't even tell you outside of. I mean, I know I've seen a few of their games, just being a football fan, but like the only thing that I see out of them is they throw a lot of quick passes. They run the ball. They try to run the ball as much as they possibly can, but like they're just not a very good offense. So for me, I expect them to pull out everything. I pull out all the stops. I think they're just gonna go out and just do whatever they can to get this because the Falcons have a reputation of not taking teams um seriously, to be honest, and that's where it just come down to us. The Falcons have to do what's necessary in order to get this win. If they don't do what they came to do and play ball and not take teams lightly, the Jets are more than capable of getting a W.
I like that. I like that. What you got? What you got, Don? Well, like I said, what is a player we need to be looking at for this matchup?
I really think if they're gonna try to attack us and try to score early and keep our offense off the field, and it's easy for them to do that. It's easy for any team to do that. Really, just run the ball against us. That's it. Just stay committed to the run. Um, I don't know if Hall is active right now or not because injury bug right now is just beating everybody up. But if he gets going early with the Jets, man, it could be a long game for us. But
I do know Drake is supposed to be out.
on our side, um, man, there is no reason for either Tyler Algier or Bijan Robinson to get over 100 yards, and there's no reason. I don't even if we do lose, there's no reason that one of these guys should get 100 yards, over 100 yards.
Shouldn't. Why
On
they
they,
shouldn't?
there's no reason they shouldn't. They should get 100 yards this Sunday against this Jets defense. But the only reason they probably won't, it ain't because of the Jets stopped it and did a good job. It's gonna be because of doggone Zach Robinson.
He go use this as an excuse to say, "See, my offense worked. We prepared for 400 yards in a game."
Man, screw that. Let them run the ball, man. Damn. I do not want to see Kirk Cousins throwing the ball 36, 38 times.
I mean, they got their hero and Kirk Cousins back, so I wouldn't be surprised they put that thing in his hand.
They said they're gonna throw that thing 70%.
Mm-hmm.
So how you gonna say there's a hero come along, but they definitely don't have the strength to carry on. Quote Mariah Carey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of on that right there, pretty much. This should definitely be a game that the run game should the run game in itself should definitely take us to the promised land. They are as far as they're 23rd against the run. So I think us taking advantage of that with the running backs that we do have, that should be what leads the charge in this game. And I say should, like you said, we gotta find out if they gonna actually go that route. And I honestly really can't say anybody on the Jets should put no fear into nobody. We know what Tyrod Taylor is. Tyrod Taylor is just gonna manage enough to where he ain't looking like a complete buffoon out there, which is kind of hard to do because he makes buffoonerish moments. The only thing that I say that the Jets may have that may worry me is Mason Taylor, the tight end.
Yep.
But that's about it. Like you said, with Brees Hall, is he 100%? Like I said, I think I'm looking by the edge report. He should be good. So, like I said, outside of really Brees Hall, I said Mason Taylor. Those might be the only two names I'm really thinking of. Because I know with Tyrod Taylor there, I know Garrett Wilson ain't gonna be really much of a non-factor, so I ain't worried about that. Let me ask y'all a question. Will the weather in New York force the Falcons to play the same to play that physical style? Do you think that the possibility of the weather being where it's going to be on Sunday is going to benefit the Falcons and force them to play that physical style?
I'll say this. I feel like either way it goes, whether it's a nice day in New York or whether it's, the weather is cold and rainy or wet, they just need to run the ball, like, period. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what the weather is. It could be a sunny day out there. Just run the ball because right now, as far as our wide receivers, you're not scaring anybody on the outside. Without Drake London, I'm not scared of none of these wide receivers, even including Mooney. Mooney is a good wide receiver, but he's not a guy that you're going to have to worry about doubling and things of that nature. So, at this point, it's like you have no choice. Are you talking? Go ahead. Talk to
him. She said she wanted to be part of the show.
She just talking. Every time I talk, she starts talking.
Oh,
She said these wide receivers ain't scaring nobody. My daughter said, yeah, they ain't scaring nobody. So at the end of the day, yeah, man, just like I said, run the ball, play good defense, and manage the game. Like y'all said, Kirk Cousins didn't play great last game, and I don't expect Kirk Cousins to play well throughout the rest of the season because I really feel like Kirk Cousins is on the back end of his career. So like at the end of the day, you're gonna have to rely on the running game. Like Don said, I don't want to see them throwing the ball 30, 40 times. There's no reason to be throwing the ball in this game and putting the ball in harm's way. Let Kirk Cousins manage these games. Because to be honest, I told you guys prior to the season, Michael Penix should have been managing the games. Yes, he can make every throw, but why force a first-time starter to try to throw the ball down the field consistently? That's called being dumb. That's the reason why we ended up in the situation we in, because we tried to put the game in Michael Penix's hands when you got one of the best running backs in the NFL. That's what got us in trouble the first time is us trying. That's why I say it's kind of a blessing in disguise that Michael Penix got injured. I don't want to see him get injured, but I'm like, he basically took away from this coaching staff what they wanted to do, and now they have to dumb the playbook back because they know Kirk Cousins can't make all the throws that Penix can make. So it's like at this point, they're forced to do what they didn't want to do, you know? So at the end of the day, just run the ball. I don't care what the weather is. At this point, we should have been running the ball the whole season. If they would have put, Algier and Bijan and gave those guys 20 plus carries like they should have been doing, we wouldn't have ended up in the situation that we in. We in the situation we in because these guys were stubborn. They didn't put these guys into positions where they could succeed. We know that our offensive line is probably the best, the strength of this team, and we didn't rely on it. Now it came back to bite us. Now we're trying to do it at the last minute in the ninth hour. And that's why we're in the position we in. When you were talking about Katie, we have no margin for error now. Now we got to win every game. It's no choice because now you didn't drop 2 to the Carolina Panthers. Now at this point, it's like if you want to be a playoff team and win a division, because you're not going to be a wild card team 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to rely heavily on the run game. Period.
Mm-hmm.
The weather is even at home. The game plan should look similar to last week. Now, of course, we don't know what Zach Robinson's going to dial up, but if he's wise, he's going to look at what worked last week and do it again, replicate it, rinse, wash, and repeat.
Well, I guess since Oklahoma State done found their new head coach, probably Zach Robinson probably gonna they probably gonna go with the same game plan from last week because the job everybody thought he was gonna get pretty much got occupied.
Another blessing in disguise. Praise the Lord. Now we don't have to worry about him trying to audition for another job. Just do what works. Because before, I'm like, oh man, he's trying to show them that he could be a wizard and do all it. Hey, look, man, football is moving another man against his will. It's a game of inches. Go out there and dominate what we're supposed to be dominating in the trenches. Like I said, you're not scaring us with seals, and you're not even playing Casey Washington. I heard today he was basically a healthy scratch. Make that make sense last week. But like I said, we even in the win, we still hearing dumb stuff in the media. Because to me, that's just dumb. You're one of your guys you're supposed to be developing that can actually run routes and actually take the top off the defense. Oh yeah, he was a healthy scratch. All right, thank you. Thank you for that.
Lord, and based on, like I said, a lot of folks that were kind of limited and did not practice, like you said, we gonna pretty much find out who's playing and who's not playing by Friday. Like you said, bro, I just need this team. I just need this team to be consistent. Yeah, that's all I'm asking for. I'm asking for a consistent play call. I'm asking for a consistent identity. I'm asking for just a consistent intensity and the want to win. Because Lord, I do not want to be going in.
Man.
I don't want to be going in Monday talking about. I know these motherfuckers did not just take this team lightly. I don't want to have that feeling again. I don't like having that. I don't like that feeling at all.
Mm-mm.
I know
Like
we
I
didn't
said,
just lose to a team that didn't even try to win. That's
It's
what we
like
don't want to be saying after this game. I know
it's
we
like
didn't just lose to a team that's tanking.
yeah,
exactly.
it's like that Doc Rivers. Y'all seen y'all know Doc Rivers is the coach, but he had that brown suit on, that face he made. Like it just like you just watch the whole game. You just watching it like Doc Rivers.
That game where he just looked completely lost. Like, okay, what the hell just happened? Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't think we can have. We can't afford to have that feeling again. So, like I said, with Raheem Morris, if these players start messing up, you need to get in their asses. We finally saw you getting somebody's ass last week in Felipe Franks. We need to see more of that. We need to see you more engaged in these games. We need to see these coaches more engaged in these games and with these players. Like I said, you at a point of no return right now. And we did not have to be in this situation. But this is what happens when you don't have a standard or culture for this team, as you said.
Mm-hmm. Hard.
Might want to go through a few of these comments. I know we ain't really getting to nobody's really comments like that. We'll get to a few of these comments here. So if y'all want to go ahead and just ask a few questions here and there, y'all could definitely do that. This is the point of the show where you could do that. Do you slow say what is the identity of the Ebola?
No.
I'm like, we will find the way.
No, we will not find a way. Nope.
Do you know the way? Do you know the way to the Ebola? Like, oh, that is the identity of the Ebola. All right, man. I had to do it. You know that D slow be asking me to do that every single time. So I got that's one of the day ones. I got to do that for the homies.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of finding a way. Okay, I'm tired of
it. Do you know the way? Okay, so Mucho asked the question: should we go ahead and give the offer?
Mucho asked a dumb question. That's such a dumb question.
He said, "Go ahead."
That's a dumb question.
We already gave another offer a check. See how that We're not doing that.
Mucho be asking a dumb question. He already know the answer to it. He just want to see if we go.
Well, we gave Robert Alford the top 5 highest DB contract in 2016, and that dude.
I thought you were gonna say Bergeron or somebody. He say D Alford. Come on, bro. Like D Alford.
You can find you can find another D Alford, man.
Yeah.
If he's around, ain't nobody touch him. Yeah, but I wouldn't go out of my way.
You ain't get him no $45-50 million contract.
Yeah, like nah.
It's gonna be Hughes, but I ain't gonna get him that much money.
Mm-hmm. Like I don't think you should get in the habit of rewarding people because they played better.
That's what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to get better. Like that's the whole.
Exactly.
Like
Dre Murphy,
significant change.
So Dre Murphy asked, "What happened to Bergeron?" I think is it the ankle? It's the same ankle injury, or is it something like that? So he's pretty much gonna be day to day until Friday, just to see what's gonna happen. I know Mucho didn't just ask this, but you talk about questions. He talk about shit.
Mucho know what he doing, man.
He said shit. Seals be wide receiver number 1, boy. If he is wide receiver number 1, we got a problem.
Yes, he is. He is.
Well, Seals only had 2 receptions for like 16 yards, so I guess you could say that was a major a major improvement for him.
Oh God Almighty! Jesus Christ. Hell, you made my head hurt so bad saying.
I mean, it was 2 receptions for 16 yards and a touchdown. So yeah, he could be wide receiver 1 with Kirk Cousins.
You know what? That's enough about
it. What?
And they brought KJ Osborne just in for him. That man, they wasn't even trying to give. They ain't give. See, this is why I don't want to talk about the offense, because they didn't bring not one damn receiver in free agency and the draft for Michael Penix at all. But soon this son of a gun becomes the number 1 quarterback, they go out and bring somebody in. Boy, But you know what? They racist. They racist against Michael Penix. That's what that is.
How can
They don't want to see the black man. They don't want to see the black man doing good.
Oh my God!
How they racist?
I'm about to say you better get that E spirit out of you, motherfucker. We ain't doing that.
That was actually a shot at him. Damn, kid.
that E spirit.
They don't want to see the black man win.
Oh, but you gotta remember what E said. He don't give a damn. He said Raheem Moore's the only black person that matters on this team, so it ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. You came in with that nonsense right there. What were you about to say, Doug? Guess you wasn't saying anything. Oh, so the question was about KJ.
My bad. Yeah, I was just saying, like, yeah, they can't be racist, Mike, because they black too.
Shut up.
You ain't right, Doug. Said Terry Lloyd here said, did y'all notice how the coaches had a powwow with Kurt, but Pettis was left out? Lamont, he said he was left out. Lamont on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we all kind of saw the differences in interactions and stuff like that. Like I said, that's why when you got a lot of these talking points going on about whether either Kirk is the guy that they want or Penix is the guy that they want. The actions speak for itself. And then, like I said, it's a lot of those visual optics that make it look that way. Like you said, Kurt on the sideline, every damn coach on the team was surrounding Kurt. When Penix was on the sideline, he was by his damn self.
Yeah, I want to add something to what you said, Kay. Like when it comes to the coaches, I don't think that they dislike Penix. I think the issue with the whole Kirk Cousins thing is they trying to prove that they was right about giving him that money. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They want to try to prove that like this was the right move. You know what I'm saying? What's so crazy about it is after the last game when we lost to Carolina 2 weeks ago, I was like pretty much, man, the season is dead. And I didn't think Kirk could do anything. But what'll be dumb is if the Falcons actually win these games and these other teams fumble the bag, the Bucks and the Panthers, and we somehow end up the last couple of weeks, we right there in the mix still to win the division, then it might look like they were geniuses and they were right. So like right now they're in that situation where they're battling with the media to try to prove that we weren't dumb for keeping Kirk Cousins or paying Kirk Cousins and drafting a quarterback. Would I have done it? No. I thought it was dumb at the time they did it because I'm like, okay, why would you pay somebody, $100 million and then turn around and use that top draft capital on a quarterback? Like it's dumb. It was not a smart move. But now that Penix is hurt and has another ACL, now it's like, well, dang, if we went out in these games, now it makes them look like from going to being dumb. So if it works, they might end up being right. So it's like it's been going teetering.
Dumb, you trying to turn the dumb into dumb without the B. That's all you trying to do, okay? That's all this is in this situation.
Yep, that's what it is, man. It's like dumb and dumber, dumb and dumber situation. But like I said, they trying to prove that they was right.
That's all it is. At the end of the day, it's still stupid, but they trying to prove that it's not stupid. It was stupid, okay?
That's the point right there. So that's why I say I don't really think that they like Kirk no more than they like Penix. I think their issue is the ego thing we always talk about. I'm trying to prove that the decision we made was the right decision. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Instead of just saying whatever it is, what it is, and let sleeping dogs lie. Just worry about winning. I don't care who got there, as long as we win. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fans at with it. And that's why I'm at with it. I just want to see us succeed. I don't care who get the job done, as long as the job get done. But it's like I think that's the big deal. They're trying to prove that. See, you heard Raheem Moore say like, well, it was good having. D-Led always got to ask that follow-up question. And he's like, Yeah, see, now that we have Kirk on the team, I'm glad we had him on the team because he know the playbook and da 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 da. But it's like it's just one game. We that ain't proved nothing. Unless we went out, it ain't proved nothing because it still goes back to what we said: inconsistent. Just because we won last week don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Easton Stick could win one game as a
That man
quarterback.
was 6-14 when
Right there,
Michael
you
Penix
go.
in 2 quarters. Okay, in
Right,
2 quarters, he had time to clean to do something, and he didn't do anything. He was 6-14 in that game. So look, all that nonsense about Curtis the guy it's foolishness, man. It's foolishness. But they
that's
gonna
it.
try to prove it. They gonna try to
Yeah,
prove
they
that they're
trying to
right.
prove they right. Yeah, they trying to prove they right. So we gonna see. But at the end of the day, it's just like, who cares, man? Just win. That's all I ask. I don't care who was right and who was wrong. What's gonna make you right is them W's. That's what's gonna make everything right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like you said, Kirk Cousins threw the ball 26 times last week. They told you the
One
game plan
bad
right
game
there.
is gonna make them go even further down in the trenches than they already are. So they just need to stop.
See, now, the worst thing that could happen in this game is if the first possession they come out throwing the ball 3 times in a row. And then, like you said, it
I
just gonna
saw
go.
arrogance in him talking about Kirk Cousins. That man, look, that when I tell you that man lit up when he was talking about Kirk Cousins. I was like, man, get this man off my team.
Yeah, like you said, because how Don, Drew, but you know how they always have those first 15 plays, those first scripted 15 plays. Now, if out of those first 15 plays, 10 of them is pass plays, then we're gonna have a problem.
Look, I just want to see the first 5 plays and 3 of them are pass plays. I already know they ain't learned nothing.
Yep.
That's the point. They come out throwing. I said this one Penix was in there. How many times did I say I knew right in the beginning of the game because we threw the ball, and that was Penix who can throw the ball really
Yeah.
really well. I said I didn't want him throwing the ball. So if I didn't want Penix throwing the ball, y'all know dang well I don't want Kirk Cousins throwing the ball. Just being honest with y'all.
He was bouncing balls off the ground in this game.
That
People are talking about he was doing. Oh, no, he wasn't.
Dude,
He didn't look good.
he legit threw a pick 6 in that game. Come on now.
Bro, you see the play, the catch that Mooney damn near grabbed the ball off the ground. That ball barely got to him.
Yep, I knew we was in trouble when I seen him double hitch on that slant pattern. That's why he threw the pick. It gave me PTSD about last year when he was double clutching. I said, "Oh boy, that's when you looking for trouble when you double clutching on the slant." That's the reason he threw that pick when it got batted because he flinched, he pump faked, and on a 3-step drop, and then threw it anyway. So it's like we see Kurt ain't really learned nothing from last year because that was the same stuff he was doing when we was on that losing streak. So like I said, I'm not impressed. You know, I wasn't impressed. I'm glad we snuck out, got the dub. That's all I was happy about. But like we said, we don't know what we gonna get. So all we asking for is consistency. As long as if they can be consistent at doing anything, I'll be happy about that. Like I said,
All,
just be consistent at something.
all thing I say is show me. You got to show me. Show me. But we're gonna go ahead and start winding it down. Like I said, man. No, we didn't get to a lot of people's comments like that this evening.
Man, I'm hungry. We think about food, y'all. Okay?
Exactly.
Forgive us.
Everybody about to go sneak some food in right quick and stuff like that. So, hey, like we always say, man, we appreciate everybody that tunes in to these shows. Like I said, man, y'all are the driving force of us to continue to do this. So we always gonna show our appreciation. But like I said, man, we got Turkey Day coming up tomorrow. So like I said, everybody best wishes and all wills with everybody's family. Enjoy your food. Got some football tomorrow.
And don't be going over people's houses. If y'all going to go eat enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the food. Don't be walking out people's houses with 8, 10 full pans. I'm like, I hate y'all raggedy asses when y'all do shit like that.
You just going to folks' houses for food is what you saying?
Yeah.
Wait, say like, man, I'm finna go to my house on 5th Street. Eat up some more.
Ain't no, but ain't
You know,
nobody.
wait, he said, man, just chilling. Man, that food was hitting too. Except for them regular ass peas.
That just don't be going on people's houses. Take pans home.
Yeah.
So that's just
There go Mucho right there talking about cousin.
because of my ass. But
Motherfucker, I don't recognize you. Who the hell is you?
that's why I ain't got people coming over my house. Nope. Stay the hell away.
Exactly.
I'm not Jose Williams, the soup kitchen. Nope.
Exactly. I better go over mom's house on 5th Street. Eat up some more. You can roll with me. So we about to get up on out of here, y'all, man. Like I said, man, we definitely appreciate everybody. Make sure you continue to support Jew Talk Sports on the road to 3K subscribers. Like y'all, make sure y'all continue to hit the buttons for him. We got Mad Mike closing in on 12,000. So y'all make sure you show some love for him. Like you said, for the Don, for everybody that's on this panel, we are almost on the 1K side of things over here on the Heavy Hitters Live. So make sure you show some love for the Don. And we working on 1,700 on 6MK Live. So, hey, man, we just appreciate everybody. And until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
Nope.
We here to stay.
Ooh, yeah. Dig it.
You ain't got to go home.
But you ain't taking no plates up out of here.
Boy, it would be a Royal Rumble
I will
match.
beat the living snot out of you if you even think about taking 2 plates from my house. Ain't happening.
Motherfucker, you ain't no leftovers. You eat here.
Oh, we fighting.
Well, Uncle Joe, he need to play. Uncle Joe should have brought his ass over.
Yep.
But no, you got to phone those in first. You got to phone them plates in.
They eat here. This ain't no DoorDash. No, you eat here.
All right, y'all. We out.